haste to get here. I thought I would I'll find a whatchamacallit. What is it called? Campfire? Yeah, campfire. Yeah. Whoopsie. So let me go ahead. Find a campfire for us. Hold on just a moment. I think I want oh, this one's interesting. Oh, that's kind of cute. It just looks really fake. Ooh, that's really cool. Oh, I'm doing it. That's really loud. Oh boy, that's scary. Hold on. I'll get it. Hold on. I'm coming. Whoops. Oh man, it makes me do that. I don't like you. I don't like you very much. Please, thank you. Waluigi. Okay, that's okay. Plan B. It's okay. Everything is gonna be okay. Okay. Yep. Oh, that's good. Isn't that moon cool? I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on, but let me know if it's annoying. Okay. 'Cause it's a little loud in my ear. But let me know. Let me know if it's annoying. Um, I hope I hope everything's going okay. And yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking and making sure I can see everything here and that it seems to be stable. Seems to be stable. Kind of feel like sitting for a moment, if that's okay. So if it's all right, we'll just sit for a minute. There's only one person here, but I'm very, very grateful. But yeah, if it's okay with you, I'd like to just sit here for a minute. I don't think I've ever seen a moon that big. don't think. Mhm. Who could it be? Who could it be? Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever seen a moon that big. I don't even think like a harvest moon would be that big. I don't think. If I were a betting woman. Who could it be now? I was also thinking today of, although I tend to try and stay away from, like trying to recreate specific genres like ska, for example. Trying to sing ska doesn't feel like I'm doing my part to honor the art form, but I wondered about Rudy Can't Fail. Rudy Go to Jail. Rudy, Rudy to jail. Yeah. Rudy to jail. I went to I went down to Georgia to see about some boats and what I need. No, something about Tic Tacs. Anyway, it's a that's true. That's a good point. It's no, no. I know what you mean though. It is a big tent, and it seems to have been so. That's true. So, but yeah, no, it could definitely work. But I need to focus on what's the one we were writing? Oh shoot, whatever that song was we were writing. Darn it. Oh well, it's on the computer. It's on the computer. So, yeah. Um, what else? I asked an AI for dancehall dub and got reggaeton. Oh, okay. Well, that's a happy outcome, I think. Seems to me. Uh, Both both seem a happy outcome. I need to go back and listen to more. I used to really be into that in the 90s. No, in the 80s. No. Oh my gosh, in the 70s. Late 70s. I don't think I was that cool when I was in like middle school. Yeah, I definitely wasn't that cool. I think I started listening to like Elvis Costello in like the late 70s because my sister did. Thank God for my sister. Oh, not very good. Oh well. I always hope for the best, I guess. It's a fatal flaw. Rudy to jail. Yeah. I went to the DOJ to see about. No, I went to Mar-a-Lago to see about a deal from a friend. No, I gotta think about it. Fun. Like the other AI stuff, find interesting artifacts among. I know, right? No, I understand what you mean. much in the details and the flaws. Oh, no, I actually look forward to it. I look forward to the chaos. Yeah, it's true. That's true. I don't know. I was really happy when I ended up with that uh the debutante begging for attention ended up being a woman crawling out of a marble floor. I thought that did not disappoint me. So I don't know, but yeah, yeah, garbage in, garbage out. Sorry. I'm sorry. Oh man. Oh man. What I need. That was a good one. I like that one. I like that one. Yeah, but it doesn't always come out. I couldn't get the MAGA grannies being resisting arrest. Yeah. Gigo Dada Fafo. No, I tried to get MAGA grannies resisting arrest in the middle of like dystopia, and it just couldn't. It didn't. Nope. Nope. I mean, it came up with some interesting things, but nothing that was super interesting. I'll have to listen to that. I'll listen to that after. Oh wait, I better keep it. God, I always forget to do that. Okay, I did. I think it'll let me do that. How do I keep it? Oh, I see. Okay, it saved it. I'm not really, I mean, I understand the need. Well, I don't know. I guess I like the fake moon and the fake stars. I kind of like the fake ocean. I guess I like the fake fire too. Actually, I kind of like the fake driftwood. I wonder if the point where the land meets the water is the isthmus. No, an isthmus is a shape of land. It's like a horizon point. It's like a zenith, but it's not a zenith. I know, I'm still a little stuck on that. I don't think you have to keep that. It is the voice recorder stuff, I guess, that oh, okay. I never know. I never know. It stresses me out. Do I have to keep that? Oh, and I don't think Crazy Ivan is listening, but Crazy Ivan, if you're sure, coast. Right, I forgot that exercise. Crazy Ivan, if you want me, I need to send you some of those fingers, 'cause there's too many fingers. And I think you intended some of those fingers to go to other people, so if you would want me to send them to you, or just return them, maybe I should, that's what I'll do. I could just return them. I'll talk to him offline. I'll talk to him offline. But I really appreciate it. I love fake fingers and fake hands. There's, that was a great invention. Well, I guess they're fingers, but they're hands on fingers. Yeah, so, yeah. They're good ones, too. Good quality. Sorry. I've been trying to smoke really hard all day. 'Cause it was very gray out today. Very gray. Very gray, Very beautiful. Very rainy. I loved it. I liked it. Um, but yeah, no. There's a lot of stress in the air that I'm picking up what people are putting down, I guess. I don't know. That's what it feels like. So I guess I'm just trying to pull back and like be still and do no harm. No, do no harm. What's that? Someone sent me a little bag of little fizz. I have a feeling I know who that might have been. I think I know who that might have been. Yeah, I got an amazing collection of small hands that I very much love. Very much enjoyed them. They look like little marshmallow peanuts out of the corner of my eye, but keep being little fists when I look right at them. That's cool. I like that picture that you put in Discord. That was really cool. That was very artistic. It's quite Escher. No. This is a real Escher moment for you. Hands on hands on hands on hands. Hands on hands. Yeah, so I guess I'm sending out like good just a good thought for everybody, really. God, it's just like constant. It's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, little fists help. Little fists help. I hope there's some fists in mine. I'm sure there is. That's not a call to action. You have to be careful, or you end up with lots of mochi. Fractal fist needs more dimensions. Yeah, I get your point. Hi, baby. How are you? How are you doing? And more smaller fists. Oh, right. On the fists, on the fingers of the fist. Yes, indeed. Indeed. Yeah, oh gosh, of course it makes sense now. Oh, duh. I'm so dumb. Baby, I hope you can get some good rest. It's late where you are, wherever you are. It just dawned on me, I don't know where you are. Why am I assuming? Anyway. Oh. Yeah, I was just remarking on how much tension and stress there seems to be all over the place. So, trying to send out whatever just like stillness. Not really even positive, because I'm not really, I'm not that. I'm not the live, laugh, love. What did I call it today? Never mind. I called it something terrible. Okay, anyway. Um, but I just, you know how you can feel, yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you were on the East Coast so good. I wasn't imagining. Okay. So I know it's late for you. Um, but yeah, I get it's just all over. It's all over the news. It's all over all the socials. It's just like a lot of freakouts. So I just hope it gets calmer. It'd be nice. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Oh. Yeah, kind of stressed me out too. That for sure. North Carolina, are you okay? There's a lot of places. Are you okay? But I don't know. I guess I guess I'm grateful this Stupor Tuesday is over. I'm grateful Nikki Haley is no longer one type of distraction. Um, I don't like Eileen Cannon. I'm curious about what these amicus briefs are. I don't know which amicus briefs those numbers are, or whether or not they've been publicly disclosed. Maybe they haven't been publicly disclosed. Anyway, so I thought I should catch up with what Eileen Cannon is doing down in Florida. She's stressing me out. SCOTUS SCOTUS isn't stressing me out as much as I thought it would. I thought Monday was certainly, tough because it's strange that the appellate courts were able to really, oh, Michigan needs a reality check. Girl, hell yeah. We've got some stuff happening. Oh, here's the other thing, baby. You know it's going to get really annoying to have to pay attention to? Arizona. Oh my God. Can you file an amicus brief under seal? I don't know. That seems like a question you should be asking, answering. Um, it doesn't, I guess, is that the problem? If filed, it should be. Okay, well, I'm going to look and see because the Judge Cannon's verbal order that I saw referenced in the docket or whatever, not verbal order, you know what I mean, or whatever. I think it is a verbal order. I think that indicated that she said which numbers the amicus briefs were that she was admitting to her decision. You know what? Now I'm curious. Well, now I'm just really curious. I need a new window. I need a window. I need a window for the rest of my life. Okay, wait. Where am I? Wait, okay. So, oh shit. What is that? The 11th Circuit? No. Federal, what is that? Who's, who's, who's suing who in that one? Oh shit. Okay, well, that doesn't matter. Documents, case, docket. That's what I want to look at. Bum, 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 bum. Docket, 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 docket. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Whoops. Nope. That's not it. Documents, case, Trump's document, Trump document, Trump document, case, documents, case. Okay, here we go. Oh, 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 oh. Is it? Wait, which one is it? Um, excuse me. Docket watch. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh. Copy. 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 Um. Oh, my cat just knocked a painting off the wall. That was nice. Thanks. Appreciate you. Not. Okay. This is what I want to show you. Wait, what does it say? Cannons could have sealed filing, still amicus brief sealing doesn't. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, that case. I know. Arizona's going to be so annoying because Arizona is so complicated and was so mucked up. Actually, you know what's going to be? Here's the name to watch, baby. The name to watch in Arizona, Stacy Burke. Stacy Burke. More to come, but watch for that name. Okay, let's see what's going on over here. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this was it. Unsealed, okay, on June 9th, unsealed the indictment of former President Donald Trump and Trump aide Martin Nauta in connection with the investigation into the improper removal of classified documents from the White House to Mar-a-Lago. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so here's what I meant, not verbal. I'm so dumb. Paperless order is what I meant. Do you see? Oh, you guys can't really see that, can you? I'm so sorry. She's not running for anything, baby, but she is a key witness in some of the fuckery that Mike Flynn and others were involved in the election um, fraud. And even though it's not like, I mean, I think the case will have mostly to do with fake electors, but there's also a certain amount of fuckery that happened outside of the fake elector scheme. Also, Arizona implicates whatchamacallit? Shit. Oh my god, my brain just went out of its stupid head. Wait, you said something. Oh, okay, Stacey. It implicates. Oh, Ginny Thomas, right? Because Ginny Thomas did actual outreach to Arizona legislators regarding fake electors. So it's going to be amazing. Okay, great. Thank you so much. NARA referral to DOJ was deficient. Oh. Okay, hold on. I'm coming over here. And I'm coming over here. Okay, here we go. Oh, these are government's unopposed motions by Citizens United Foundation. Gary Lawson, Stephen Calabrese, Edwin Meese III to file amicus brief. Wait, what? Oh, 360 and 364. So wait, is this? What's this one? Oops. This is 364. Can you see this? Okay, good. Oh wait, you need to see it a little bigger. Hold on. I know I'm supposed to be reading the book. I'm sorry. Okay, wait. Citizens United is a nonprofit corporation headquartered in Washington, D.C., recognized as a social welfare organization under 501c4. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. I'll have to rename this and then put the book to another stream. Okay, introduction and interest. Jack Smith does not have authority to prosecute this case. Those actions can be taken only by persons properly appointed as federal officers to properly created. Wait, hold on. I want to make sure I'm legible. Yes. Fantastic. Those actions can be taken only by persons properly appointed as federal officers to properly created federal offices, but neither Smith nor the position of special counsel under which he purportedly acts meets those criteria. He wields tremendous power. Answerable to no one. It's the new romance novel from the Trump team. And that is a serious problem for the rule of law, whatever one may think of former President Trump. It really doesn't have anything to do with what we think of him, frankly. Smith's appointment violates the Appointments Clause. First, the Appointments Clause requires that all federal offices not otherwise provided for in the Constitution must be established by law, yet there is no statute establishing the Office of Special Counsel. I think that's probably easily debunked, right? I would imagine. Seems like that might be easily debunked. Let's see, what else? Where am I? Second, even if one overlooks the absence of any statutory authority for the position, there is no statute specifically authorizing the Attorney General, rather than the President by and with the advice and consent of the Senate, to appoint such a special counsel. And third, wait, what? There's no statute. Does there have to be a statute? There has to be, because frankly, there's been multiple special counsels appointed. Are you telling me that all of them have been illegal? Okay. And third, the special counsel, if a valid officer, is a principal rather than an inferior officer and thus cannot be appointed without senatorial confirmation, regardless of what any statutes say. I think this is all bullshit. Am I wrong in that assessment that this is all bullshit? The way to appoint a special counsel consistent with the Appointments Clause is to follow the normal practice of the past quarter century, conferring that status upon a person already serving as a U.S. attorney. Really? Is that true? So would that mean that Ken Starr, was he a U.S. attorney? Was Ken Starr a U.S. attorney? Was Ken Starr a U.S. attorney? Wait a minute, Ken Starr, U.S. attorney. That's the only. Wait, who's the other special counsel? Robert Mueller? American lawyer, independent counsel. Oh, that's right, he's dead. I forgot about that. He was such an asshole. That thing felt like it went on forever. Can I tell you? So what was his, when in doubt, go to his Wikipedia. Federal judge and solicitor general. He was the U.S. Solicitor General. Is that a U.S. attorney? He's never been a U.S. attorney that I can see. Oops, sorry. He's never been a U.S. attorney. I've never seen that. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. But I digress. Okay, here we go. All right. It's really quite small. Second, third, yeah. The way to appoint, okay, is to follow, okay, But the Attorney General cannot appoint, a private citizen or government employee who is never confirmed by the Senate as a substitute U.S. attorney under the title Special Counsel, as happened here. That appointment was unlawful, as are all the legal actions that have flowed from it, including Smith's prosecution of President Trump. Oh, wow. It's a whamburger. This brief was not authored in whole or part by any counsel for any party, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, fine. Given their interest in and demonstrated commitment to the rule of law, the legal issue this brief addresses is particularly important to amici. I just like saying it like that. I know that's not how you say it. The Honorable Edwin Meese III served as the 75th Attorney General of the United States after having served as counselor to the President, and is now the Ronald Reagan Distinguished Fellow Emeritus at the Heritage Foundation. Oh, what a shithead. During his tenure as Attorney General, the Department of Justice steadfastly defended proper limits on federal power. Professors Calabrese and Lawson are scholars of the original public meaning of the Constitution. Finally, Citizens United, a social welfare organization, okay, and the foundation thereof, educational and legal organization, okay, the propaganda arm of the organization. Yes, he wants to have he wants to have the case dropped because they didn't hopscotch enough. That's what we've got. Oh no, is the mic bad? Is it really awful? Hold on. Hold on. Oops. Let me organize it just a second. Okay. Is that any better? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Ground control to Major Tom. Is that better? Oh, it's like I'm underwater. Oh, man. God, you know what it is? It's just, I don't know what it is. Is this better? I have a feeling. Oh, well, I don't want it to be too annoying. Hold on just a moment. Hold on just a moment. Hold on just a moment. Hold on. Oh, yeah. I can tell. I can tell that's annoying. That's annoying. How about this? How about this? How about this? Is this a little better? Testing, testing, testing. Okay, good night, baby. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. But does that sound any better? I wonder if that sounds so better. No, I don't think so. Oh well. Ooh, 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 no. Okay. Maybe this is better. This should not have the echo. It might be a little quieter, so. Almost pointless to respond here to changes. I know. That's why I stop. All right. Well, okay. That's okay. We'll do a drastic change. Be quite a bit worse. So let me know if this is worse actually, because this might not be good. But how's that? I hope that's a little better. I've just taken off the headphones, that's all. It is almost pointless. It's a lot lower. Yeah, see, there's no winning. There's no winning in baseball. Okay, well, I'm going to go off mic and I'm going to try something. And if you're still here when I come back, fantastic. But I also understand if everybody needs to get to bed. Oh, there we go. All right, I got myself back. Uh-oh. I do have, obviously, still a, hold on, let me get a little closer. I still have an issue with the, volume, I realize. Hold on. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Okay, I think that's better. All right, I turned my monitor off, so that should actually have a little bit better. And I'll try to be closer to the thing. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I know what's swimming behind us in the background. Hold on, darlings. Hold on, my darlings. Hold on. Shh. We're trying to read. Okay. I think that you can hear me. It's not high. Perhaps I can turn the gain up. Shh. What? Oh, that's what it is. It's a filter. Gosh. Every day I learn something new. I wonder... Okay, I'm gonna test that. Is that terrible? Good? Okay, I'm gonna test that. Is that terrible? Okay, that's not terrible. Okay, great. It's not the worst in the world and it's not the best, but it's something that would pass the test. Ah, that's funny. Okay, I'm continuing to read this. I realize that it is not the book. And I promise you I will do the book. Okay, let me continue. I apologize. All right. Oh dear. I'm not helping. I'm not helping by not, I'm adding to the stress. I'll admit it. I'll try not to add to the stress. So I'll try better. Okay, here we go. Now. Alright, given their interest in and demonstrated commitment to the rule of law, the legal issues in this brief addresses, the legal issue this brief addresses is particularly important to Amici. Okay, that's all them. Okay, sorry. The illegality of Smith's appointment should be conclusively resolved prior to other pretrial motions. The legality of Jack Smith's appointment is a potentially fatal flaw in this entire prosecution, and as such must be resolved before this case proceeds closer to trial. He wields extraordinary power, yet effectively answers to no one. The Supreme Court is... Well, I would take offense if I were Merrick Garland being referred to as no one. Alright, here we go. Yep. Okay. The Supreme Court has expressly included Appointments Clause objections in the category of non-jurisdictional structural constitutional objections that could be considered on appeal whether or not they were ruled upon below. Freitag. You know, I have a lot of problems with J, with J sounds and sh and j. I have a lot of problems with that. I don't know why. It thus has something of a quasi-jurisdictional character, which is hard when you're reading a lot of politics stuff, which have a lot of J's in them, that should be treated as a priority over standard defenses. This court should rule upon the motion to dismiss raising this issue before ruling on other pretrial motions.
The illegality addressed in this brief started on November 18, 2022, when Attorney General Merrick Garland exceeded his legal authority by purporting to appoint Smith as a special counsel for the Department of Justice. Smith was appointed to conduct the ongoing investigation into whether any person or entity, including Trump, violated the law in connection with efforts to interfere with the lawful transfer of power following the 2020 presidential election or the certification of the Electoral College vote held on or about January 6, 2021. Garland cited as statutory authority for this appointment 28 U.S. Code sections 509, 510, 515, and 533, but none of those statutes, nor any other statutory or constitutional provision, remotely authorized the appointment by the Attorney General of a private citizen or government employee to receive extraordinary criminal law enforcement power under the title of special counsel. Yo-ho. That flaw goes to the heart of the legitimacy of these proceedings and should compel this court to confirm the validity of Smith's sweeping powers before this court rules on additional motions, like that pesky little immunity thing, that may be indeed against, or no, that's the other one, may indeed be against what is essentially a non-party in the eyes of law. If Smith's appointment is invalid, then these proceedings lack the fundamental Article 3 requirement of adverseness between the parties. See Powers v. Schwartz. The implications of the Appointments Clause here are nothing short of historic, and maybe histrionic. No, I'm kidding. It didn't say that. And it is imperative that no former president of this nation, especially one who is the presumptive opposition party candidate to become president once again, stop it, go to trial and risk conviction of a crime if his prosecutor is not even authorized to speak for the United States. Well, that's kind of silly. This is grasping at straws. This is the legal Hail Mary, if you will. Let me make sure chat is okay, great. It's working. Let's see. For these reasons, this question should be resolved prior to this court's resolving any other grounds for dismissal asserted by former President Trump, as he should not need to litigate any defense against a criminal prosecution led by a private citizen or government employee. Well, doesn't that just about cover everyone? This court should rule on the issue with dispatch, with the expectation of an expedited appeal. But prudence dictates that this court should conserve scarce judicial resources, obviate the hardship visited upon the nation by the unprecedented nature of this prosecution, and also, personally, spare Trump unnecessary expenses that he quite frankly doesn't have in extremely expensive litigation until this court is fully assured that the prosecutor in this case lawfully represents the United States. I mean, somebody check his diploma. Jack Smith's designation as a special counsel violates the Appointments Clause. Smith's lack of authority to prosecute Trump follows from first principles. In our constitutional system, Congress alone has the authority to create federal offices not established by the Constitution, and the Attorney General cannot ex nihilo fashion offices as he sees fit, nor has Congress given the Attorney General power to appoint a special counsel of this nature. Thus, without legally holding any office, Smith cannot wield the authority of the United States, including his present attempt to prosecute the former president. Only Congress can create a federal office. The Constitution vests executive power in the President. Article 2, Section 1, Clause 1. It then commits the power to create federal offices to Congress under the necessary and proper clause. I don't know what ID means. Article 1, Section 8, Clause 18. Congress has the exclusive constitutional power to create federal offices. Robert Mueller's appointment as special counsel was unlawful. These guys complained about everything, basically, is what you're reading here. English monarchs could create offices, but the founders consciously denied it to the president. Accordingly, the Constitution does not give the president or department heads power to create any offices of appoint, whatever, or I think they should say, or appoint whatever officers they deem appropriate. Did I find a typo? Did I find a Trump team typo? The TTT? The Trump team typo? That's a good one. Instead, it requires that Congress first create all offices to which federal officers, principal or inferior, can be appointed. Id and ibid. Oh, okay. Ibidum. I thought it might be ibid, but I wasn't sure. But okay, their citation to the previous source. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Accordingly, instead, it requires that Congress I read that already. Get on with it. The framers deliberately added. I'm going to take those off. The framers, immediately proceed. Yes, of course. Oh, yes. I got it. Okay. Here we go. Where am I? Gary Lawson. I keep looking at that name and thinking it's the cartoonist, but it's definitely not. Okay. With no statute, there is no office to which someone can be appointed. Hello. No statute authorizes the position of special counsel supposedly held by Smith. And here, no statute authorizes such an appointment. DOJ's current statutory structure includes an Attorney General, Deputy Attorney General, Associate Attorney General, and various other officers, including U.S. attorneys, not counting more than 100,000 DOJ employees. And the vast majority of federal workers, including those at DOJ, are not, quote, officers of the United States. They are employees whose appointments are not governed by the Appointments Clause and who therefore do not require specific statutory authorization. For their appointments, it suffices to provide, as Congress has done, that each executive agency may employ such number of employees of the various classes recognized by Chapter 51 of this title as Congress may appropriate from year to year. But officer positions must be specifically established by law. Article 2, Section 2, Clause 2, 222. And employees cannot exercise the power of their officers. The Ethics in Government Act of 1978 added to this mix an independent counsel appointed by a special 3-judge court upon referral by the Attorney General. But the statutory provisions for the independent counsel expired in 1999. Oh, when Congress failed to reauthorize them. I'm sorry. Technicality. It's just democracy. What's your problem? If he gets off on a technicality, I guess he gets off. I guess that's what we're saying. Shortly before that expiration, Attorney General Janet Reno promulgated regulations which, if I met her once in person, she was so nice and so brilliant and so tall. So I'm just going to say, in that order. Now, I don't know. I can definitely take exception with her policies, but I'm just saying, in that moment, at that event, she was a very nice person and very smart about what she was speaking on. Under these regulations, the Attorney General may, in some circumstances, appoint an outside special counsel to assume responsibility for the matter. See David Weiss. The regulations clarify that outside means someone from outside the United States government. I'm sorry, can we stop here and can we just talk about David Weiss? Because he was just appointed special counsel. So you're saying he's illegal too? So, is that, no, wrong one? Is that just some of them are? Okay, I got it, okay. The Reno regulations, like the independent counsel statute, contemplate appointment as a putative inferior officer of a non-governmental official to an office that is fully equivalent of a United States attorney. But only a statute, not a regulation, is the kind of law that can establish a federal office under the Appointments Clause, and no statute creates a special counsel with the jurisdiction and authority Smith wields. The Reno regulations cite as authority 5 U.S. Code Section 301 and 28 U.S. Code Sections 509, 510, 515 to 19, and in his order appointing Smith, Attorney General Garland cited 28 U.S. Code 509, 510, 515, and 533. These statutes, singly or collectively, plainly provide no such authority. And that's when the big bad wolf blew down the house and everybody went to the quarries. First, 5 U.S. Code Section 301, a general authorization for the issuance of regulations by the Attorney General or any other department head, provides, quote, the head of an executive department or military department may prescribe regulations for the government of his department and the conduct of its employees. This general housekeeping provision does not create any offices or authorize the creation of any offices. Indeed, if Section 301 were a general authorization for the appointment of officers, The entirety of the more numerous specific provisions for the appointment of officers throughout the United States Code would be superfluous. Second, Section 509 merely says that, quote, all functions of other officers of the Department of Justice and all functions of agencies and employees of the Department of Justice are vested in the Attorney General, except for some functions not relevant here. But rather than authorize the creation of offices, it says the Attorney General can control all his subordinates or personally assume and exercise their responsibilities. Third, and similarly, Section 510 says, quote, the Attorney General may from time to time make such provisions as he considers appropriate, authorizing the performance by any other officer, employee, or agency of the Department of Justice or any function of the Attorney General. As with Section 509, it provides for shifting authority among DOJ personnel, but it says nothing about who those persons are or how they got there. Was it a train? Was it a plane? Was it in the rain? Fourth, Attorney General Garland also cited 28 U.S. Code Section 515, and the Reno regulations relied on 28 U.S. Code Sections 515 to 19. Hello, again, alone or singly. None of these provisions comes close to authorizing the creation of a special counsel or the Attorney General's appointing a private citizen or government employee to the position. For its part, Section 515A confers only the following power. The Attorney General or any other officer of the Department of Justice or any attorney specially appointed by the Attorney General under law may, when specifically directed by the Attorney General, conduct any kind of legal proceeding, whether or not he is a resident of the district in which the proceeding is brought. I mean, I know we're discussing the law, but I must ask, what is the law? I guess. Under what law did Merrick Garland say, I'm appointing a special counsel? Or special prosecutor, I guess. Thus, Section 515A does not authorize creating any offices. Instead, it concerns the powers of those properly appointed to offices under law pursuant to other statutes, and allows the Attorney General to designate a U.S. attorney or special attorney appointed under law to prosecute a case whether or not he is a resident. Section 515A, thus, is a geographical, no it's not, and jurisdictional allocative provision, not a grant of power to appoint private citizens or government employees as special counsels. I think it does, actually. Nor does subsection B of 515 provide the requisite authority. Each attorney specially retained under authority of the Department of Justice shall be commissioned as special assistant to the Attorney General or special attorney, and shall take the oath required by law. The Attorney General shall fix the annual salary, blah, blah. Again, this does not grant power to retain or hire. I think it does. I think it does. I think it absolutely does grant power to retain and hire new officers. Yeah. Okay. I think it does. To be sure, Sections 515A and 515B both assume that there are going to be attorneys specially appointed by the Attorney General under law and specially retained under the authority of the Department of Justice. And indeed, another provision, Section 543, discussed below, authorizes the Attorney General to hire such persons who can then be commissioned to special assistants or special attorneys under Section 515B, but these provisions confer no authority to create offices. Likewise, okay, this is so ridiculous. Can anybody fucking believe this? How'd this get so ridiculous? How do we get here? Oh my lord. Except where otherwise authorized by law, the Attorney General shall supervise all litigation to which the United States, an agency, or officer thereof is a party, and shall supervise all litigation, and shall direct all U.S. attorneys, all assistant U.S. attorneys, and special attorneys appointed under Section 543. So I want to see Section 543. In the discharge of there is no office creating power here either. Am I reading this wrong? Is anybody smarter than me seeing something that I'm not seeing? Fifth, Section 519 points to the Attorney General's statutory authority to appoint special counsels noting that there are special attorneys appointed under Section 543. Indeed, Section 543 of Title 28 is explicit authority for the attorney to appoint special counsels, yet neither the Reno regulations nor the Garland... Oh, are you kidding? Nor the Garland memo appointing Smith makes any mention of this provision because Section 543 does not authorize the kind of special counsel contemplated by the Reno regulations or Garland's appointment of Smith. I cannot wait to hear how it doesn't fit. Section 543 is narrowly cabined, as one would expect from the overall structure of Title 28. The government for decades has steadfastly refused to rely on this provision. Are you kidding me right now? For the obvious reason that the provision contains internal limitations which the government seeks to avoid. This is clear from the text, which provides... Okay, I'm dying to read this. The Attorney General may appoint attorneys to assist U.S. attorneys when the public interest so requires, including the appointment of qualified tribal prosecutors and other qualified attorneys to assist in prosecuting federal offenses committed in Indian country. Each attorney appointed under this section is subject to removal by the Attorney General. So they added the emphasis. This is an obvious and explicit authorization for the creation and appointment of special assistants or special counsels who merely assist U.S. attorneys when the public interest... Well, but... Oh, okay. There are, moreover, contexts in which the appointment of such persons makes sense. So there's nothing else about 543. Are we done with that part? Government often encounters problems for which private lawyers have expertise who may not want a permanent government position but may be willing to help the government on a limited basis. An appointment as a special assistant or special counsel under the control and direction of a U.S. attorney is an obvious win-win in such instances. The problem for the government in the case of the Reno regulations and the Smith appointment is that those regulations and the Smith appointment order do not contemplate special counsels who assist U.S. attorneys. Instead, they contemplate special counsels who replace U.S. attorneys in specific cases. Smith, for example, was not appointed to U.S. attorneys. He was hired as a powerful standalone officer who replaces, rather than assists, and does he have a strong chin, functions of the United States attorneys within the scope of his jurisdiction. This is precisely the role that the EGA authorized for independent counsels. But that statute no longer exists, and in the absence of that statute or a similar one, there is no statutory office of special counsel to which Smith could be appointed to function as a stand-in for a U.S. attorney. The remainder of Title 28 confirms this conclusion. Section 533 relied upon... So there's no more of 543? Section 533, relied upon by the Attorney General, okay, here we go, is part of a chapter dealing with the FBI and entitled Investigative and Other Officials. The Attorney General may appoint officials to detect and... because he's doing more investigatory work and not just the actual prosecution, perhaps? I don't know. To assist in the protection of the person of the President, to assist in the protection of the person of the Attorney General, to conduct such other investigations regarding official matters under the control of the DOJ and the Department of State as may be directed by the Attorney General. But Section 533 is not a general authorization. It specifically and solely authorizes the appointment of investigative and other officials, but that has office in it. Officials, not officers. This does not include special counsels. You know, the thing is it's not that clear to me. I think it's a stretch. That's all I'm going to say. First, Section 533 is part of Chapter 33 of Title 28, encompassing Sections 531 to 540D, which deals with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Section 532 is entitled Director of the FBI and spells out the Attorney General's authority over the FBI, and Section 534 concerns preserving evidence in criminal cases. Section 533 thus clearly deals with FBI officials and agents, not special counsels. This is how the government has long understood this provision, which has been employed as the basis for the FBI's law enforcement authority. Second, Section 533 concerns the appointment of investigative and prosecutorial officials. Such officials, as that term is used in the statute, are not Article II officers of the United States and cannot perform those functions. They are non-officer employees who, as FBI agents, must be subject to the supervision and direction of officers of the United States. The FBI needs office and field personnel to perform its functions, and Section 533 allows the agency to have them. But those personnel are not officers of the United States and lack the range and power of a special counsel. To the contrary, the word officer is a constitutional term of art, not only because it is used that way in the Appointments Clause, but also because Article 2, Section 4 allows for the impeachment and removal from office of all civil officers of the United States. Congress can try to impeach the Deputy Attorney General or the FBI Director, but no one thinks Congress can impeach DOJ trial attorneys or field personnel at the FBI. Well, they're trying. What is more, officers can be put in Congress in the line of succession to the presidency. See U.S. Constitution, Article 2, Section 1, Clause 6. But no one thinks investigative officials at the FBI or DOJ trial attorneys can be put in the line of succession to the presidency. That is simply not how Congress is using the term officials in Section 533. Third, and perhaps most tellingly, a cavalier reading of Section 533 to authorize hiring beyond its obvious scope obliterates the structure of Title 28. That title is divided into chapters dealing with the Attorney General, the FBI, U.S. Attorneys, and the Marshal Service, U.S. Trustees, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, and the now sunsetted Independent Counsel. Wide-ranging special counsels of the sort represented by Smith are not part of these provisions outside of the now defunct EGA sections. At a more granular level, as if we couldn't get any more granular than this, if you're not asleep by now, I don't know what's keeping you up. The effect of a loose reading of the statutes is even more bizarre. Congress has provided for the Senate-confirmed presidential appointment of a Deputy Attorney General, Associate Attorney General, Solicitor General, 11 Assistant Attorney General, plus an Assistant Attorney General for Administration who is in the competitive service, appointed by the Attorney General, and 1 U.S. Attorney for each judicial district. And a partridge in a pear tree, of which there are 94. A reading of Section 533 to empower creating essentially unlimited inferior officers in the Attorney General wreaks havoc on this structure. I mean, Jack Smith can be 18 people at once. Have you seen him? It would allow the Attorney General to appoint an entire shadow DOJ to replace the functions of every statutorily specified officer. No wonder the Reno regulations did not invoke it. Well, there's a cat on top of me. Hi. Hi, babes. I love you too. In short, the position... Hi, Sammy. The position supposedly held by Smith was not established by law. The authority exercised by him as so-called special counsel far exceeds the power exercisable by a mere employee. I need to move the cursor, honey. He is acting as an officer, but aside from the specific offices listed in the statutes discussed above, there is no office for him to hold. That alone robs him of authority to represent the United States in any capacity, including before this court. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I see. You're gonna eat the chips and salsa? Okay. Fine. Here we go. Even though existing statutes authorize the appointment of standalone special counsels with the powers of U.S. Attorney, Smith was not properly appointed to such an office. No statute clearly authorized his appointment by any mode other than presidential nomination and Senate confirmation. Any such statute, of course, is governed by the Appointments Clause, which makes 3 things clear. First, the default mode of appointment for all officers is presidential nomination and Senate confirmation. Well, that doesn't happen. Let's see. Second, this default presumption can only be overridden by Congress for inferior officers. Third, even then, Congress must speak clearly to authorize a permissible mode of appointment. I have a cat that is getting under covers and has found a way to get, sandwiched between them. Okay, whatever works. Okay, let's see, blah, blah, blah. Third, even then, Congress must speak clearly to authorize a permissible mode of appointment. You're making me yawn. Oh my goodness, that purring is making me yawn. Okay, this clears, authorize a permissible mode of appointment for those officers other than presidential nomination and Senate confirmation. This clear statement rule is implicit. Your purring is so loud. This clear statement rule is implicit in the Appointments Clause and the constitutional structure. That clause is both a separation of powers and federalism provision. It divides appointment power between the President and the Senate, not between the President and the Congress as a whole. The Senate is the body in which states receive equal representation, and which guards against large state presidents underrepresenting. Oh my gosh. Is that like a cat thing? Do you like kill people and make them like yawn? Is that like cat power or something? Okay, these structural concerns warrant an interpretive presumption in favor of a clear statement of congressional intent to authorize appointment by any means other than presidential nomination and senatorial confirmation. Biden v. Nebraska. Invoking the major questions doctrine because the executive. Oh, interesting. Very articulated Federalist. I gotta read the Federalist Papers. Even without such a presumption, ordinary statutory interpretation demonstrates that the Attorney General received no power to appoint special counsels as inferior officers. None of the statutes canvassed in the previous section contains such an authorization. In contrast to the DOJ's organic statute, the organic statutes of the Agricultural, Education, Health and Human Services, and Transportation Departments do contain inferior officer appointment power clauses. Blah, blah, blah. There's lots of citations. But Congress gave the Attorney General power to, quote, appoint such additional officers and employees as he deems necessary. Well, there you go. Oh, but only for the Bureau of Prisons, not other DOJ components. Congress's reasons here are unclear, but also irrelevant when statutes are unambiguous. So there, don't even go there. That's the don't even go there clause. Even if special counsels were statutorily authorized, they would need presidential nomination and Senate confirmation. If Smith actually had the power to convene grand juries, issue subpoenas, direct and conduct prosecutions, and litigate in this court and before the Supreme Court, he would obviously be an officer of the United States, rather than a mere employee. But more than that, he would be a principal officer. Is that true, though? And by the plain terms of the Appointments Clause, principal officers must be Senate confirmed. Well, see all of the acting people that Trump handled, okay? That is not how Smith was appointed, and he thus could not serve as special counsel, even if such statutory position validly existed. First, the special counsels contemplated by the Reno regulations are equivalent to, if not more powerful than, U.S. attorneys. It is obvious that U.S. attorneys are principal officers, and the same is true of the special counsels who mirror them. The only plausible argument to the contrary rests not on original meaning, but on a wild overreading of Morrison v. Olson, 1988, and Edmund v. United States, 1997. Those decisions, especially Edmund, contain language that some lower courts have read to mean that anyone who had a superior on an agency or organization chart must be an inferior officer. But if that were true, the Solicitor General and even the Deputy Attorney General would be inferior officers because they answer at some level to the Attorney General. Could Congress therefore let the Attorney General appoint the Solicitor General? Of course not. Second, one can be a principal rather than inferior officer in two ways. One is to have no decisional superior or other than the President. Smith's court filings insist that he is independent from his nominal superior, the Attorney General, and even the President, assuring the courts that coordination with the Biden administration, which includes Attorney General Garland and President Biden, is non-existent. Smith thus has no functional superior, necessarily rendering him a principal officer, and this lack of accountability only compounds the invalidity of his purported appointment. In that vein, Justice Souter perceptibly wrote in his Edmund concurrence, quote, because the term inferior officer implies an official superior, one who has no superior is not an inferior officer. Having a superior officer is necessary for inferior officer status, but not sufficient to establish it. Oh my god. How many chucks could a woodchuck chuck? I think there is a recapitulation. Oh, of some of the Theritage attack on the special counsel. Oh yeah, forgot about that. Interesting. Either way, if he is an officer, only half listening. Yeah, it's not terribly compelling. So I understand. Yet Smith is appearing in this court on behalf of the United States. He is prosecuting a former president, the first time that has happened in our nation's history. Smith is purporting to exercise at least as much power as a U.S. attorney and arguably more. That is the hallmark of a principal officer. The absence of such an appointment means that Smith lacks authority to prosecute Trump on behalf of the United States. This court is not bound by dictum in U.S. v. Nixon. Moreover, for reasons described in depth in blah blah blah, the Supreme Court in U.S. v. Nixon did not pass on the scope of Section 533. That decision contains dictum regarding Section 533, see this at blah, but it merits no weight. It simply discussed how any DOJ prosecutor could take action against a president, not any particular type of prosecutor or whether that prosecutor was installed in conformity with the Appointments Clause. Anyone tempted to rely on Nixon should read the case briefs to see what issues were truly raised there. Those issues involved only the relationship between the president and DOJ as an institution. The same arguments would have been raised if the Attorney General personally, or any particular U.S. attorney, rather than the special prosecutor, had brought the suit. Moreover, Nixon was argued and decided before the modern rebirth of separation of powers and the Appointments Clause, which dates from 2 years after Nixon and Buckley v. Vallejo in 1976. The 11th Circuit has held that not all dicta are binding on lower courts. As a major treatise by several current and former Supreme Court justices and other well-respected jurists, including Chief Judge Pryor of the 11th Circuit. I don't think Pryor's been very well respected, has he? Not all dicta are created equal. These justices and judges cite as an example of dictum that should be accorded precedential value in an opinion where, quote, the question had been briefed by the party so that the statement was informed, that supply more extensive analysis and is not incompatible with any decision before or since, and would not give litigants an outcome other than the one the Supreme Court would be likely to reach were the case heard there. That seems like weird, but okay. Such judicial dictum must be distinguished from obiter dictum. Oh, that's cool. Where a matter was not briefed or analyzed. Obiter dictum. Okay. Such ill-considered dicta do not carry as much weight. And Nixon's side commentary about special prosecutors is merely such obiter dictum. The 11th Circuit has cited that treatise as authoritative on the weight to be accorded dicta. As the 11th Circuit reasoned in Laskar, quoting the Justice's treatise, quote, dictum should never be taken as determining an issue of law when it conflicts with a holding on point. An additional factor is that the weight of older dictum depends on the degree to which its underlying principles have been buttressed or weakened by later cases and events. All those authorities counsel against treating Nixon's dictum as controlling. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Chapter 17, I bet. Oh my god. Really? Oh my god, I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at that. I haven't looked at all that. I am so behind. Why does anybody... Well, they don't. I was gonna... Forget it. Okay. Okay, I love this. This is my favorite line of the whole thing. All those authorities counsel against treating Nixon's dictum as controlling. Oh, it makes me laugh. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back. The Appointments Clause issue was never... Oh no, I don't want to get silly. The Appointments Clause issue was never briefed or considered. It contained no relevant legal analysis. It had nothing to do with the disposition of that case. Its comments on special prosecutors conflict with modern Appointments Clause cases, which have completely enervated Nixon's commentary. In Smith's inevitable opposition to this brief, Smith overreads Nixon's dicta. I'm sorry. Without further direction from the Supreme Court, this court should decline Smith's imminent invitation to expand what the court intended to be a limited decision on whether DOJ can institutionally pursue a president. In other words, as said before, Nixon's dictum does not control here. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I gotta smoke. I gotta smoke on Nixon's dictum. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, here it is. I have my porn bear. Remember my vape pen that's shaped like a bear, but it has a mask on, like a face mask, like an eye mask. Oh, it keeps going off. I think I got really high. Obviously. Oh, conclusion. It's over. Smith is the classic emperor with no clothes. Oh no, he's got clothes on, sweetie. He is. Oh my god. They actually put this in a fucking motion. He has no more authority to represent the U.S. in this court than Tom Brady, Lionel Messi, or Kanye West. How embarrassing this world is. I used to think decorum was stupid. Now I'm like, remember when we had decorum? You wouldn't put Tom Brady or Lionel Messi or Kanye West in the same sentence, or a fucking filing. The court should grant them whatever. Edward Trent. Who is this? Edward Trent. Oh, these are the people. Okay, I get it. Oh, is there anything else? No, that isn't anything. Oh my goodness gracious. What? How annoying. Oops, that's not what I want. I want... Where's my... Oh, I know where it is. Never mind. Sorry. Hold on. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's insane. Insane in the membrane. Chapter 17. No, not Chapter 17. I don't immediately find it in the mandate. No problem. I'm sure it's somewhere there. You know, I think you're right, though. No, I think you are right. I'll have to look. Don't worry about it. I'll look. It's alright. It's not important. That's interesting. I don't even know. Well, I guess Aileen Cannon kind of works or reports to the 11th Circuit. So that's probably who makes the decision on what's what. I should probably read a chapter. I should... No. I want to read poetry. I don't want to read a chapter tonight. Is that okay? And I know people are just going to go to bed, but I'm going to read some poetry. I got to take a shower, but I'm going to read some poetry first. Hold on. What do I want to read? What do I want to read? Whoops. That's not what I want to do. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Oh, what's the poem of the day? Oh, you know, Poetry Foundation is kind of weird. Can I just say that? Let's see. What should we... I want to read something old. Is that okay? Can I read something old? I don't think I know how to read, shit. Poet's Home. Here we go. No, that's okay, that's cool and everything, but oh, wait. Actually, no. I want to do something different. Hold on. I've never read Lucille Clifton. I have Lucille Clifton. Actually, I'll bring this over. Hold on. I'll show you what I'm doing. Oops. This is Lucille Clifton. Sorry. So this is Lucille Clifton, and hold on, let me try and move her up a little bit. It's not gonna let me. Dang it. I'm so sorry. I don't like it. It's making her peek over there. I know what to do. Hold on. I'm gonna take care of you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'll just read to you. You don't have to read anything. But I should link her in there. Okay. Lucille Clifton was born in 1936 in Depew, New York, and grew up in Buffalo. She studied at Howard University before transferring to SUNY Fredonia near her hometown. She was discovered as a poet by Langston Hughes via friend Ishmael Reed, who shared her poems. And Hughes published Clifton's poetry in his highly influential anthology, The Poetry of the Negro, 1970. A prolific and widely respected poet, Lucille Clifton's work emphasizes endurance and strength through adversity, focusing particularly on African American experience and family life. Awarding the prestigious Ruth Lilly Poetry Prize to Clifton in 2007, the judges remarked that one always feels the looming humaneness around Lucille Clifton's poems. It is a moral quality that some poets have and some don't. Excuse me very much. I want to read some of her poems, if I may. I'm going to read this. Blessing the boats at St. Mary's. May the tide that is entering even now the lip of our understanding carry you out beyond the face of fear. May you kiss the wind, then turn from it, certain that it will love your back. May you open your eyes to water, waving forever, and may you in your innocence sail through this to that. I like the last line. Sail through this to that. 2000. Sail from this to that. I like that. I wanted this one. I kind of want to look at this. Cutting greens. Curling them around, I hold their bodies in obscene embrace, thinking of everything but kinship. Collards and kale strain against each strange other, away from my kiss-making hand and the iron bed pot. The pot is black, cutting board is black. My hand, and just for a minute, the greens roll black under the knife, and the kitchen twists dark on its spine, and I taste in my natural appetite fond of live things everywhere. 1987. Try this. If Mama could see. If Mama could see. If Mama could see, she would see Lucy sprawling, limbs of Lucy decorating the backs of chairs, Lucy hair holding the mirrors up that reflect odd aspects of Lucy. If Mama could hear, she would hear Lucy's song rolled in the corners like lint, exotic webs of Lucy sighs, long Lucy spiders explaining to obscure gods. If Mama could talk, she would talk. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Clean up your room. 1987. It's beautiful. I want to go to... Oh, I love that picture. I want to show you this picture of Ophelia. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, wait, it's not. I want to show you Ophelia. Hold on. Oh, I know why. Never mind. I've got it. Hold on. Excuse me, madame. Okay, let's make this a little smaller. Oops. Alright. Oops. Oh, it's not gonna oh, darn it. So silly. Okay. Darn it. Alright. Sometimes things don't work. That's okay. Doesn't have to. I've never been bothered when things didn't work. Well, that's not true. I get frustrated, but you know what I mean. Maybe don't. It's okay. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, the picture I was going to show you was that beautiful painting of Ophelia laying in the river by Malays. Let's see. I would like to see something romantic. I want something romantic. Or clever. Let me try something. What's that? Oh, I see. Okay. Let's see. What? Oh, I've never heard of her. Anna Letitia Barbeau. Have you ever heard of her? Anyone? I've never heard of her. She's a poet from the 1770s. Let's see if she has anything interesting. Hold on. This should be, I don't know. Oh, the rights of women. Okay, let's see what we had to say. This is The Rights of Women by Anna Letitia Barbeau. Yes, injured woman. Rise, assert thy right. Woman too long degraded, scorned, oppressed. O born to rule in partial laws despite, resume thy native empire over the breast, or the breast, sorry. Go forth arrayed in panoply divine. Panoply. I'm the worst. Let's try that again. Go forth arrayed in panoply divine, that angel pureness which admits no stain. Go, bid proud man his boasted rule resign, and kiss the golden sceptre of thy reign. Go gird thyself with grace, collect thy store of bright artillery glancing from afar. Soft melting tones thy thundering cannons roar, blushes and fears thy magazine of war. Thy rights our empire urge no meaner claim, felt not defined, and if debated lost. Like sacred mysteries with which held from fame's shunning discussion are revered the most. Trial that wit and art suggest to bend of thy imperial foe the stubborn knee. Make treacherous man thy subject, not thy friend. Thou mayst command, but never canst be free. Awe the licentious and restrain the rude. Soften the sullen and clear the cloudy brow. Be more than prince's gifts thy favors sued. She hazards all who will the least allow. But hope not, courted idol of mankind, on this proud eminence secure to stay. Subduing and subdued, thou soon shalt find thy coldness soften and thy pride give way. Then abandon each ambitious thought. Conquest or rule thy heart shall feebly move. In nature's school by her soft maxims taught, that separate rights are lost in mutual love. Doesn't give a year. It's pretty. Language is so pretty. Language is really pretty. Let's see. Life. Oh dear. What a subject. I'm going to read it. I don't know what it says. Okay. This is called Life by Anna Letitia Barbeau. Animula vagula blandula. Life, I know not what thou art, but know that thou and I must part. And when or how or where we met, I own to me's a secret yet. But this I know, when thou art fled, where there lay these limbs, this head, no clod so valueless shall be as all that remains of me. Oh, whither dost thou fly, where bend unseen thy trackless course? And in this strange divorce, ah, tell where I must seek this compound I. To the vast ocean of imperial flame, from whence thy essence came, dost thou thy flight pursue when freed from matter's base encumbering weed? Or dost thou, hid from sight, wait like some spellbound night? Through blank oblivious years the appointed hour, to break thy trance and reassume thy power. Yet canst thou without thought or feeling be, or say what art thou, when no more thou art thee. Life, we've been long together, through pleasant and through cloudy weather. 'Tis hard to part when friends are dear. perhaps 'twill cost a sigh, a tear. Then steal away, give little warning, choose thine own time. Say not good night, but in some brighter clime, bid me good morning. It's beautiful. Well, there you go. There's a little British romanticism for you. So, there it is. Thank you. I apologize that this wasn't the book, but I will definitely schedule the book for tomorrow. And thank you for this left turn that we took. And thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I know there's just a lot going on for everybody, so I'll be here. So thank you again for coming. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the morning because it's we got stuff in the morning, 6:45 I think, which is 9:45 Eastern and all in between and outside. So I'll see you then. All right. Good night.